Hey everyone, this is Carlos and Sandy Lee. Thank you so much for listening. We couldn't do this without the support of ONDIEM. It's a national on-demand staffing platform for dental professionals.
You can earn PTO, you can get medical benefits, and you don't have to mess with those crazy 1099s. So check out ONDIEM in our link below.
Damn it, I can't see. I feel like my eyes have gotten about 17% worse in the last week.
That's pretty specific.
If it's something up close, like if you go here, here's the secret to damn, how to make $1 billion.
Life eternal.
And you go like this and you just flash it to me and it's like a 3-word thing. I'm going to be poor for the rest of my life. Yeah, because I can't see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be right there with you without my glasses.
So what's up, man? What's today? Sunday the what? The 10th?
April 10th. And I say it like that because it's my brother's birthday, and my brother is in jail. So I don't know what they do for you on your birthday in jail, but it's probably not as good as a cake out here.
No. Yeah, that's gotta suck a little bit, I would think,
Ugh, yeah. Yeah, pretty much, but,
Well, I'm sorry, man. It sucks.
Welcome to episode 178.
And that's how we start,
Yes.
But then it gets uplifting after that.
Yeah, next week is Easter. So, Jesus is coming back and saving the world. So
Needs to. So,
speaking of Jesus coming back, how was Vegas?
Dude, it was good, man. It's Vegas is a weird place. Like,
yeah, you'll see anything and everything, and
as you're flying
in about the
in,
span of 2 blocks.
There's nothing, right?
Right.
Just
yes.
Mountains and just dirt. Then you get to Vegas and it's lit up like a damn
beacon in the night.
Yeah, like there's a laser party happening. You know what I mean? Throughout the whole city.
Yeah.
The electric bill for that place has got to be.
It's crazy.
Between all the hotels, all the AC, all the, you know what I mean? All that stuff. Mm-hmm. And the casinos are on 24/7. It's not like they shut down at 10 o'clock. Full throttle, AC everywhere. And I remember last September I went out there for a different event. And the door to the outside was wide open.
Yeah.
So it's 70 degrees in here. I walk 5 feet and it's 110. And I don't know how they keep the AC. They must have fans that blow in or something. I don't know how it works. The point is, it's going to cost $1 billion a day to keep that place lit,
Did you Google it?
No.
I thought it was like $1 million end result.
So take a casino like MGM Grand at 171,000 square feet. On average, they pay $287,000 to light its casino, or just under $24,000 a month.
And then what's the whole city or the whole strip? Right.
It's got to be in the millions, bro.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Oh, yeah. Easy. It's probably 3 or 4 million.
It's got to be. That's insane.
I'm going to guess 5. That's my guess.
I would say at least 5 or 6, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you, Vegas, for sucking up all the juice. But it's a weird place because you see super rich things, and then you see regular people, and then you see like people that are just broken and laying on the sidewalk, and you're like,
yes,
jeez, man. And I don't understand how you can have that level of difference. You know what I'm saying?
Division, yeah.
And there's got to be people that, hey man, I just won $3,800. Let me give this guy $20. But then is he on that dust? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Yeah. I mean, I think we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
Like I can't pick people up on the side of the road anymore because you hear about them like being axe murderers.
They fight back when you try to stab them.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Mental illness is a huge issue. Like my brother, he was homeless. And he's mentally ill, and now he's in jail. And is that the right place for him? I doubt it, because he needs medication and that sort of thing, evaluations and things like that. But that's how our justice system is right now. We're not capable of kind of differentiating between mental illness and true crime, but is true crime part of mental illness? It's a murky little situation there. But anyways, but yeah, there is a huge separation of,
the haves and have-nots,
Yeah, yeah.
This is probably the last I'm going to say on it, but there's got to be a certain percentage of the population in prisons and jails and stuff like that have diagnosed mental stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I'd say it's a huge percentage.
Because some of that behavior is not quote unquote normal. You know what I mean? It's just
right.
Off the charts, like weird.
Right.
So,
it's something's not quite right in the wiring or something. I don't know enough to really comment on it, but I would say. I would venture to say 80% of what's going on in prisons is due to mental illness. And then the rest of it is probably trauma. I mean, because, you grow up in a neighborhood where you don't have anything and you've learned, that taking things from others is how you have something or, whatever. But anyway.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I grew up pretty poor and,
yeah, I did too.
But I never broke into a car or anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I stole candy from a gas station, though.
You still what?
I stole candy from a gas station. I still feel bad about that.
Yeah, I told you, I stole a candy bar when I was a kid, and I got caught, and I was like, all right, never again. This ain't for me. Life of crime is not for me, man.
Yeah. And, man, you're a kid, and you think you're going to outsmart adults. And so I was trying to show off for my friend, like, because I had done it a couple times, so I went to this gas station with my friend, and I was like leaning up against the candy, like I was like just relaxing, and then I'd take one and put it in my pocket. I'm like, and then we left, and I'm like, now that I'm an adult, that was just dumb. Like,
kids are dumb, man. Who
leans up against the candy to relax? Like, yeah, what's up, friend?
I wonder how many people have done that. It's got to be more than. You know what I'm saying?
You're not slick. I worked at 7-Eleven. And there was a kid, he was probably at 15, 16. He came in, and you can tell when they're being sneaky because they keep looking, they're like, that kind of thing. And he stole condoms. I was like, dude, you need those. I didn't even say nothing. Just take them. Because I'm like, we don't need children from this situation. So you just take them.
I would have said, hey, those are in the house, bro. But next time.
I was... Next time,
So you want to do freaky things, but you don't want to pay for it? Come on, bro. Man up.
That doesn't sound right.
What was it? Was it a young guy? Like a teenager or something?
Yeah, he's like 15, 16,
well,
maybe.
At least he had enough
15,
common sense to
use them.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, you just take them, buddy.
If you can't afford that, you definitely can't afford a kid. You know what I mean?
But the thing is, like, I would normally say something because there have been a couple people that have stolen from, the 7-Eleven I worked at, and they would bring something up to the counter, and I said, well, what about what's in your pocket? You going to pay for that too? And they were like, oh yeah, I was, shut up.
You got to put that in there.
I had one guy who, he bought something small with a $20 bill, and I gave him his change, and it was like a 10 and some ones, and he goes back to his pocket, and then he goes, oh, you gave me a 1 instead of a 10. And I was like, for a second, I was like, oh, what? And then I opened my drawer, and I was like, I had like 2 10s, and now I only had 1. And I go, dude, no, I gave you a 10. And he goes, no, you gave me a 1. And he was like trying to fight me on it. And I said, well, I count my drawer down at 3 o'clock. Come back then. And he goes, okay, 3 o'clock? Okay. He never came back. He was trying to scam me out of money. Yeah. I'm like, whew.
People try
y'all
to
going to hell.
People try to get over it constantly, so you got to watch out,
Yeah. I feel like I have a decent amount of common sense. I was born with the looks, the athletic skills, the mercenary skills,
blessed, really.
Common sense, but I'm a klutz. That's my downfall.
I will death kick you in the side of the neck if I don't trip.
Yes. If I don't fall down and trip over something first.
Well, you know who did get over this week was your boy. Hey, what episode is this?
178.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is how I got over, right?
Okay.
So, as some of you might know, I was in Vegas and opening for Jim Gaffigan at the Henry Schein Thrive Live 22 event, which was amazing. Yeah. Seriously, dude. Yeah, well, everything in Vegas is just over.
I mean, they did it up right. They had some pretty big names. I was like, dang, Carlos.
If you're going to do it right, you know? And they knocked it out of the park, dude. So I go to check in, and I haven't talked to my contact, my booker, right? And she goes, "This is a confirmation number. Just give that, and your room's already paid for, or whatever, you know." So I'm in line talking to just people, just random, you know. I'm checking in. Hey, what are you here? Are you here for Henry Schein? And they were like, "No, I'm a cardiologist or whatever." The old guy I was talking to, he's like, "I'm a cardiologist," and he's like, "Yeah, I'm here for something else." So he's checking in next to me, and then the girl goes, "Oh yeah, they have you in one of the penthouses." I was like, "Are you serious?"
To you?
Yeah. She goes, "If you're Carlos Rodriguez, like it says on your ID, then yeah." And I'm like, that doesn't even sound right. You know what I mean?
That's nice.
So, dude,
yeah.
And she's like, well, and there was another name on it that I didn't recognize, a Spanish lady. And I'm like, well, I don't know who that is. So I called my booker, and she goes, "That's the lady that's working with us to reserve all the rooms. So she'll put her name on it until you check in, just to hold it so they don't rent it out to somebody else, right?"
Yeah.
Anyways, it wasn't supposed to be a penthouse, but I got a penthouse, right? So,
damn, Carlos.
Dude, I go up to this room, right? It was crazy, Sadie. So I walk in, right, and I'm giggling, and it's on the 30th floor, right? And anything from like the 29th to the 35th has their own set of elevators, has their own bank of elevators. Dang. And it's like the furthest one in and to the left, the elevators, right? Because you'll see 1 through 15, 10, whatever, you know what I mean? And as I'm walking by, I'm like, hey. And then they're like, where the hell is this guy going, right? I go back to the corner, and you got to scan your card to let you on the floor. And, so I walk in. Oh, and I don't know what kind of propulsion or kind of pulleys they have at this place, but these are the fastest damn elevators I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro, maybe 20 seconds.
Wow.
Maybe 20 seconds from ground to the 30th floor. What is that, 300 feet? This may have been faster than that, dude. I don't know how your ears didn't pop. Seriously. You know what I mean? And the place smelled amazing. There was like a scent, like in the room that wasn't perfume, but it was like a clean, crispy, like clean sheets type of thing. You know what I mean? But it was everywhere in the hotel, right? But there was also cigarette smoke. Anyway, so as I'm walking into the room, I walk in, and there's a half bath to my right. Right? As soon as you get there, in case you got to go, boom, as soon as you walk in the door, right?
After that long elevator ride.
After that long ass
gotta go.
Ride, there was a bar to my left, right? Fully stocked.
This is in the penthouse?
In the penthouse, in the room.
Okay,
right?
okay.
So, and then there was like a big living room, right? With a TV built into the wall and like a big bank of windows with like remote control blinds and stuff, right? Yeah. So I walk into the bedroom. The bedroom's got a giant bed, right? TV, of course, right? Windows, again with the blinds. And then I look, and I see what I think are 2 bathrooms. So I walk into one, and there's a tub, a commode, sink, like a bidet thing, you know what I mean? Yeah. And an ironing board in the little closet there, right?
Okay.
Bathrobes, slippers, all for you to wear, right? And then I walk into the other bathroom where I was at, and it had the shower. Right. Okay. A separate commode, sink, and a closet, and no ironing board. And it kind of made me laugh. I was like, this place is fancy as it is. They put the ironing board in the girls' bathroom. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm just throwing it out there, right? That's just my observation of it. Yeah, I know, right? I was like, that's insulting. There shouldn't even be an ironing board in here, you know?
Right. Because y'all gonna steam clean them and all that for me.
So it looked like it never been used. The iron, you know, sometimes they're kind of grubby.
Yeah, because if if you're in the penthouse, nobody's ironing clothes for you. I mean, for
your
yourself.
boy was. I had to iron my slacks so they got a little creased up in the in the bag on the way over.
You didn't have a butler?
I know, right?
Come on, what's wrong with you?
Sometimes you gotta slum, bro. Sometimes you gotta just slum it out, you know?
Yeah.
And the coolest part about this room to me was the water pressure.
Oh,
Sandy, when I tell you,
intense?
it felt like a damn fire hydrant.
Geyser?
Dude.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
kind of stung a little bit. I was like, this is amazing. Like,
yes,
it was like
massage me.
exfoliating.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? That's how powerful it's
Your skin's falling
like,
off.
I would put my head in and it was just bouncing off my skull. I mean, it was amazing, dude. I must have taken 6 or 7 showers, you know what I mean? Just to sort of like, why not? Let me just freshen up. You know?
Why not?
And,
I mean,
it was like I felt spoiled, right? And I was just giggling. I was just
that's
giddy
awesome,
the whole
though.
time.
like, how often is that going to happen? And thank
Bro.
you to Henry Schein.
Yeah,
like, that's
thank
really
you.
cool.
Yeah, man.
I
was
like, they paid you. They took care of your accommodations. They gave you a penthouse. Like, and you know where that money's coming from? All these dentists.
hey,
Like,
you know.
dang,
Well, here-
you paying a hygienist to come up in here?
But there's a fair exchange though, because at Showtime,
Yeah.
I murdered it, dude.
Oh, I was waiting to hear like how it went. I'm so excited
dude,
about this.
I killed it, you know. So
Oh, Carlos, that's awesome.
so that first night, I was like, I'm starving. I feel like I'm flying for like 9 hours. You know what I mean? It's a 4.5 hour
Oh, yeah.
flight from Atlanta to there. So
yeah.
that's a long flight, you know. So I may have had breakfast, some toast or something. In the morning. So by 9:30 Vegas time, which is 1 a.m.
Oh,
no, which is
dang.
midnight here. I'm
Yeah,
dying,
yeah.
you know. And I'm like, I don't really
Right.
want to eat, but I got to eat something, you know.
Right.
And then I was like, is there food? She's like, yeah, you can get room service or whatever, or you could just go run a thing. So I went to this place and they had I got a cheeseburger, you know what I mean, some fries, and
Yeah.
I had a couple beers with it, and it was $40-something, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cheap. Cheap for Vegas.
it was good though, you know. So
Yeah.
walked around, and I don't gamble, right? And there are machines and tables and things everywhere. And I'm
Yes.
like, oh my god! And I just and then some of the people, you could tell they were having fun if they were in a group or whatever. And it's just not my scene. I don't like risking money. I don't like playing around with money like that. You know what I mean?
I'll do a little, but
My brother was like, you didn't play $20? I was like, no, man. I didn't have any cash, and two,
yeah.
I didn't. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't turn me on. So whatever.
Right, yeah.
So I go upstairs. I
Yeah.
crash. Right. Get up early. Dress up, go to breakfast. I see a couple friends that we've known from different events and from Smiles to See or whatever, and I sit down and have breakfast with them and again for lunch, and then it's weird because I'm walking around and nobody is saying, hey, is this the guy from the thing? And it kind of messes with your ego because I don't want to be that guy,
Right. You're like, dude, am I not memorable? Like,
but I'm on the thing, right? So I'm like, all right, that's okay. And in my mind, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get him tonight. I'm gonna get him tonight, right? So
this was before the show.
I'm sorry.
This was before your show.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I get there
okay.
Wednesday
I thought
night,
that was
Thursday
after.
night's
Okay,
the show.
gotcha.
So this is Thursday morning, breakfast and lunch, right?
Yeah.
I know a couple people, but nobody really cares.
Right.
One dude comes up to me and he's like, "Hey man, I don't know if you remember me, but I messaged you on Facebook and then he goes, I love your stuff and I can't wait. And I'm looking forward to tonight." And I was like, "Wow, thanks, man." You know what I mean? It's kind of weird to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I don't know. I like it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like the attention, but I'm not comfortable with it. If that makes sense,
Right.
you know?
And I'm the same way. Like, there's people that come up to me from the group or something like that, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's Sandy Lee," and I had. It doesn't it hasn't gone to my head. Like, I'm still like in shock that people recognize me or something from that. But I had a girl come up to me and she started crying. She was like, "Oh my god." And I was like, it was a little like, I was like, I don't know. I want to tell the story like, man, somebody was crying when they met me and stuff. But then I'm kind of like, do I have that kind of impact on people? Like, they're gonna cry and stuff. But I mean, my Facebook
I don't want
group
people to cry. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah, it's a little like, awkward, uncomfortable. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'll give you a hug and so nice to meet you. But these are amazing people. And all we do is help each other in the group. So I think the support and stuff from the group makes people really value it. So that it makes sense, but it was just like, I didn't know I had that kind of impact. So yeah. So when people come up to you and they're like, oh my God, it's maybe not, oh my God, but like, oh, are you Sandy Lee or are you Carlos? Yeah. And that kind of thing.
That's a cool
it's like,
feeling.
oh,
it's somebody did mention you. I met so many people, and then because on my bio it said that we do
the podcast
and stuff. So somebody comes up to me, she's like, oh, I thought that was you. Yeah, I listened to your podcast and I love Sandy. I'm in Lighthearted. And I was like, oh, well, thanks. And I apologize. Nice. I can't remember her name, but it was just cool that. There's multiple ways to listen, I guess. You know what I mean?
Right. And it's cool that, they see you and they equate that with the podcast and stuff. I mean, it means that we're making some sort of impact, I think.
Yeah. I think.
And that feels good.
Yeah, it does. It does. But dude, so she goes, did I talk to you about, mic check and sound check, they call it, right? And I go, no, I don't know where I'm supposed to be or anything. She goes, okay, here, let me send you the thing. So it had where to be, where my green room was. I had my own green room, right? Wow. In the green room, in the club, it's like where all the comics sit. Usually the headliner, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They order food, drinks, whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're there with their wife or girlfriend or groupies or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So. But
or wife and girlfriend sometimes.
I don't typically hang out in there because I like to give the headliner, a little elbow room.
Little space,
some people want to hang on or whatever, and I'm more. I like to focus,
Yeah, yeah.
So I have my own green room, right, dude? They had a spread. I'll send you a picture, and they had like cold cuts. They had cheeses, like a big fruit tray. They had coconut water. Regular water, sparkling water. Dude, it was nice. Dang. And I was like, damn, all this is for me? Just for one person? They were like, dude, you're the opening act. We got to take care of you, And I was like, okay. He goes, stay here. Don't wander around because we need to know where you are when it's time for showtime.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I go, gotcha. And so that was cool. And then they were like, listen, do you want to meet Wayne and Jim? I'm like, yeah, I want to meet Wayne and Jim.
Yes, please.
So I do the sound check, right? They gave me my own mic stand, my own mic, and it was set for my height, and they had it aside, and they had a stool with a bottle of water ready. So it was, they don't mess around. Vegas is no joke, dude. It was legit. I didn't have to do anything, just show up and just do my thing, right? But I met Wayne Newton, which was kind of cool because I'd seen him on TV and movies and stuff like that,
Oh yeah,
since I was a kid.
He's all over the place, yeah.
And he's getting up there a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he didn't do a whole long, maybe 3 or 4 numbers, but the showgirls were walking around, and at one point they came off the stage and they put on a bunch of like feather things, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
giant outfits.
like in the picture.
And when you look at it on the screen, because you can monitor from the backstage area, it looked like there were 15 people on stage, but it wasn't. It was like 7 or 8 ladies, but with all the feathers and stuff, it looked like there was 100 people up there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yes. Yeah.
They look like you could literally jump off a building and glide. That's how big some of these things were.
I know the picture that you sent me. I was like, golly, I wonder how heavy that stuff is.
I asked one lady, I go, listen, just like, what's that weigh? She goes, about 40 pounds. She goes, this is one of the lighter ones. I was like, damn.
I've seen gosh, I don't remember what it was, some TV show, and they were talking about the headdresses that some of the showgirls wear and how heavy they are and stuff like that. Like, you have to be fit.
No, all these ladies look like they worked out.
Like
constantly.
They work out.
Yeah. They were all lean and kind of like ripped. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and,
it's their job. Dude. Yeah.
But then they're backstage and they're putting on their stuff, and then when they walk on stage, it's all smiles and just they're professionals.
Right. And, absolutely.
So he gets done. He goes, Carlos, come
impressive.
on. And I'm standing on the side. And then he goes, all right, go. And they introduced me, right? And come out there.
Yeah.
And it was a walk to the center of the stage,
You're like.
So I'm kind of like, like, you know, kind of like I'll do like, I don't know, like a little shuffle dance thing, you know?
Yeah.
And I make it out there. I'm like, hey, and I just hit the ground running, dude. And it was pretty awesome, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Cool.
It was pretty freaking
You got
awesome.
laughs in all the right places, right?
Yeah. It was about 1,000 people in the room.
Nice.
The lights are all in your face. You really can't see past like the first, you know, few things, but you could hear them, you know?
Yes.
And then afterwards, I got off stage to watch Jim, and I couldn't walk around. I was trying to grab a drink and something to eat, and everyone was like, "Hey, dude, that was awesome. Can we get a picture?" You know, that type of stuff. So it was really, really good for the ego, and I think professionally, hopefully it put me on a next level. And not to sound arrogant, because I don't think I've ever been arrogant. You know what I mean?
No.
But I've been at this a few years now, you know, and
at the same level, yeah,
and it kind of made me feel like this kind of confirmed that I can hang with the big dogs at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I was like,
I mean, opening for Jim Gaffigan
in Vegas, you know what I mean? I think just
in
the setting,
Vegas,
and then I had
in
to
a penthouse, like, this is awesome.
I had to think to myself, I'm like, I don't want it to go to my head, but I also can't undervalue what it means.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That they trust me enough to put me on this show. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna need an agent at some point.
Yeah. Oh, and then I got my first gig request before I left the airport the next morning.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got to see if I can make it happen, because I got something else in Chicago that weekend. But yeah, man. So that was my trip in a nutshell, up and back.
Don't forget about the little people when you're in Vegas every weekend with your own show and stuff.
Dude, you know, the only thing that kind of could have been better was that if I had my son with me, or my wife, or, you know, one of my buddies, or, you know what I mean, somebody I can, you know, just, you know,
to share
with, and
experience,
so they can, you know, hang out.
Absolutely.
So it was just overall just a fantastic experience, and you know, so thanks Henry Schein and those guys, and you know, you got my number. Let's do it again next year, man. You know what I'm saying? And I told the guy I'd write a whole new 45 minutes if they wanted me to come back, and I think it was so dental specific. The reaction was like RDH Under One Roof last year. Yeah. It was like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was pretty awesome. It was pretty awesome.
That's good.
Yeah.
And I'll just ride your coattails for a while. That's cool.
Come on, you know. I mean, again, I'm sorry. I hope I don't sound like a arrogant jerk, but it was pretty awesome. You know what I mean?
I love hearing about it, because
that I get to do that.
Yeah, and I love being a part of that in some, you know, small way with the podcast and stuff. And that's the thing. Like, I don't think that could be my life, like traveling as much as you travel and stuff like that. But I'll definitely, you know, the podcast is perfect. I think it's a good opportunity for us to share some of that, you know, that experience. And then, you know, and you know, make people laugh, because, you know, we keep saying it over and over and over again. Life is tough. Life is too serious. Like, and that's why we do it. So
yeah, I modified some of my classics. I'm not gonna go into it here, but dude, and it was a lot of fun, and so I was trying not to go over, because they said like between 25 and 30. So I got off like at 25 and change, so before I hit 26. So I mean, it was perfect timing. And as I'm coming off, this is the coolest part, right? Jim Gaffigan standing off the stage, right? Yeah. I got to meet him before, right? So we're walking around. I was like, hey, man, can I bother you for a picture real quick before we get crazy busy? He's like, oh, yeah, sure, you know. So his guy took my phone and snapped a couple pictures and stuff like that. And I was like, I was just cheesing. Like, that was the sincere, legit smile. I was like, man, this is pretty freaking cool, you know? Yeah. And so I was really excited about that. And because I knew afterwards he was probably going to be gone. Busy. Yeah, he's going to get off the stage and he's going to take off. He did the meet and greet before, so I know I'm not going to see him afterwards. So right. Yeah. And I get it. Those guys, you know, they can't stick around. They got things to do.
They're busy.
Yeah, they got things to do. So
maybe that'll be you one day.
Maybe. I don't know. You know, I don't know. We'll see what happens, dude. But it felt like it could happen after this weekend. It felt like it could. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, And that's a weird feeling, Sandy, when you're like, oh shit, could this really be happening? You know what I mean? So so we'll see, man. We'll see what happens, you know.
And here I am. I'm just in little podunk town, and I'll do social media. Yeah. You do the hard work, and I'll just do social media.
I'll say this, not related to that, but these allergies are killing me.
Yeah.
Look at my eyes. It looks like I was up drinking all night. Look at this.
Yeah.
This is horrible, dude.
I thought you were getting emotional about meeting Jim Gaffigan.
No. I was just really, really excited. But my eyes are burning and watering, my sinuses, and I'm just having a hard time right now, man. I was wheezing yesterday. I'm like, what the hell is going on, dude?
I bet it's going from one kind of environment to another, you know?
Because the pollen is alive and kicking here in Atlanta, you know?
Yeah. But in Nevada, there's like nothing.
There's no trees. You gotta have trees to have pollen.
I'll tell you what. I went there for a dental conference, and my hair, like when I curled my hair and stuff, it was perfect. And then I get home and it's like, blah. So yeah, the humidity and all that stuff.
I found myself drinking tons and tons of water.
Yeah. And
I was still thirsty, and I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
It was just the dry air. I mean, it was like really.
Sure. Yeah.
You had to lotion up. I was like, man, you know, am I coming undone?
Yes. Yeah, it's
do my
really
legs.
dry
I was like,
out there.
dude, I look ashy as shit. You know, I gotta.
Yeah.
But
gotta moisturize.
But I didn't do any of the buffets. I didn't do any fine dining. I had a singular purpose while I was there, and that was to deliver,
kick ass and take
a
names.
show. Yeah, and that's all I cared about. I didn't party. I didn't go eat. I didn't see any shows. I hung out in my hotel room. You know what I mean? In the little stupid hotel room. No, dude, it was awesome, dude. And
that is pretty awesome.
So the last night I went and I ordered room service, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I hope I can stay awake. And I was like, well, you know what? I'll go take a badass shower. That's what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Pulverize your skin a little.
I'm not gonna wait for the guy. He said 15 minutes. I got plenty of time, right? So I jump in the shower, and I was like, oh, dude. And because when you come out, that air is kind of crispy, and I was like, this is refreshing and amazing, right?
Right. Yes.
And so I'm hanging out, and then the door knocks, right? And it's like a house. I had to go walk through the living room, through the little kitchen area, all the way to the front door. And I'm like, hey, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
I give the guy a tip, and then, ate my sandwich, and then went to bed. Dude, it was just a cool ass experience. And I told my son, I go, dude, next time, if you're not working, man, and the ticket's not too bad. The tickets are crazy though, like the flights.
Yeah.
They're almost $1,000, you know.
Jeez.
I don't know what else is happening in Vegas right now, but it's normally, $300-400. It's not that bad.
Right.
But
yeah.
it was all out of this world. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. Crazy.
Flights packed, 100%.
Wow.
And I sit in the back aisle seat.
Yeah.
Near the restroom.
Yeah.
For emergencies. You know what I'm saying? Nothing happened, but you never know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was sitting next to this bigger dude coming back. So two big guys it was 2, 3, and then 2. So it was like one of those wide deals, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So he comes down the aisle, and he's got a backpack. He doesn't put it up. He puts it on the thing, and I'm like, oh man, Turns out I was a young guy, about 26, 27, an engineer, and just the coolest young man,
Yeah.
And we had and then he was a comedy fan. And we start talking, and so I'm telling him jokes or whatever, and he's just in his church just laughing. We just had a great time, and what's the point?
Did you tell him you opened for Jim Gaffigan?
Yeah, he was like, really? He's like, what's your name, dude? Let me look you up. You know what I mean? So, but
he might listen to the podcast.
But it was just one of the. You saw the pictures I put on Facebook, dude. The room was so big, like you could play football.
Oh, I haven't seen him. I've been like, I don't know. I feel like I'm neglecting my phone and my poor phone. So I haven't seen him. I need to get on there. I saw you post the pictures of Wayne Newton and Jim Gaffigan. So I made those. I'm going to put those on social media, but I have not seen the other ones. So I'll have to check them out as soon as we get done here.
Some of them were from like the backstage area. No one sees that. I don't know, man. It was just fun, man. It's just a lot of fun.
It makes you wonder what kind of room they gave Jim Gaffigan And Wayne Newton.
I can only imagine. I'm thinking Wayne Newton probably lives in Vegas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he probably does.
And then, Jim Gaffigan. But Jim, it's one of those things where they tell you not to meet your heroes because then, they might be jerks or whatever, So I'm sitting backstage and he's walking up past me, right? And I'm sitting there, I got these khaki colored, these bone colored pants on and a black shirt, So that's as slim as I'm going to look, you know what I mean? Short of being in a damn scuba suit. This is as slim as I'm going to look. And he as he walks by, I go, "Hey, how you doing?" He's like, "Good, how are you?" Right? And with his Jim Gaffigan voice, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's just this Jim." You know what I mean?
It's really him.
It's really him, and he sounds the way he sounds on stage.
Yeah.
And as we're walking down the thing, he's talking and working out bits out loud. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he'll say something. He's like, "Oh," and then I forget what it was he was saying, but I was like. So I'm smiling, and I'm thinking, dude, I'm not the only one that tries to come up with funny stuff on the run all the time. And because that's what you do. You got to keep writing material.
It's your job. Yeah. Yeah.
And so as he's coming off, the guy goes, the guy had a sport jacket, and he was the dude that was, okay, all right, we're going to put the mic number 3 hot, that guy. And I'm like, I don't know how you keep all that shit in check. But the dude was, I mean, it was a professional thing from front to back, and it was just I was super impressed. And he goes, "Oh, that's your opening act." So then he comes over, and he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "Hey, I'm Carlos. Nice to meet you." And we walked down the hallway together, and I am just cheesing, and that's when I asked him for the picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to bother him and be that guy. So I didn't mess with him too much. But they were like, "Listen, everybody's in the green room." They had a DJ, and the DJ was he was doing his thing.
Yeah.
He goes, "Dude, And it felt good to hear it from the DJ. He goes, "Listen, man, stand-up, I think, is one of the hardest things because it's just you by yourself in a microphone." He goes, "I have the music that I can pick, and I know what people like. It's easier for me." And I was like, he goes, "Plus I have a physical barrier between me and the audience. It's just you out there raw." He goes, "So I respect what you do." I was like, "Dude, I love music, and I like it. I like the loud sometimes, but I couldn't figure out or take the time to learn how to blend songs and do all that stuff." Let Elijah and those guys, let the pros deal with that. I don't care. I just want to hit a playlist and just hang out, But But it felt good to get that level of, I don't say acknowledgement from somebody who's seen. He said he works with Tyga and T.I. and all these guys, and he's mentioning these the little this and baby that and I don't know any of these young guys anymore. I'm too old, but the guy's legit. He's like one of the top DJs in Vegas.
That's awesome.
And super cool. But it's like all these people they had, and I'm like, I'm running with some big dogs here, so I gotta step up and deliver, and that's all I cared about, dude, was just doing a good show. And
it sounds like you did.
Thankfully, it came out, and it went really well. And I feel like I've been talking about it for the last hour, and I apologize, but
only 40 minutes. Just play it.
But anyway, I think you'd have been proud. Is all I'm saying. You'd have been like,
I know, and I wish I'll be your groupie or whatever. I wish I could just travel around and because it is nice when you step off the stage to have your entourage or, somebody to kind of, relate it to. So
like Jim had a guy, and that guy was probably, ordering food or, you know what I'm saying? Make sure things got, checked in or whatever.
Yeah.
And taking pictures, for, whatever he needed, to do. But I'd like to have, my brother, he's an amateur artist, He did acting. He's done some commercials and stuff like that, guest spots there. Nothing you would have seen. But he does like high-end, monster type makeup, you know what I mean? Like zombie stuff and...
Oh, yeah.
So
cool.
he has this whole system and latex and contact lenses and fake teeth and the whole shebang. I don't know how he puts in an hour. Like, he goes, "Dude, I got to get up at 4 to do all this." And he's got like I don't want to say dressing room in his house, but he's got LED lights and mirrors and So he knows how to do it,
so you
right?
can see everything. Yeah, that's awesome.
And he met the dude from the Walking Dead, which is over now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I had a friend who worked on there, and she was like the coach for the children, like the actor coach, you know, for the kids.
Yeah.
Super nice lady. And anyway, he came to ZombieCon or Zombie Fest or something like that in Atlanta. You know what I mean? And it's people that are fans of that genre. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
I can watch 1 or 2 movies, and you know, but it's kind of repetitive to me. And again, no disrespect to the genre. It's just not my cup of tea, right?
Yeah.
But he digs it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He knows all the actors, and he wanted to meet some people, and he was in this contest, and he won it. And I mean, so he had, and it was around the Halloween, maybe 3-4 years ago, right? So he looked the part. So I brought my camera, and I'm just following him around, taking pictures of him. You know what I'm saying?
People.
Yeah. So I sent him like maybe 60 pictures after I edited them, and he just like put them on social media, and you know what I mean. He's been on flyers, for local stuff in New Jersey and New York, and so that's what I'd like, you know what I mean, to have somebody that somebody who's got your back, like, you know what I mean. Yeah,
and it captures the memories and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean it was pretty cool. I had a good time, but it's weird.
It's like Chris Carson follows Smiles at Sea and Dental Festival, and captures all those. It's so cool because now you have, it's almost like a scrapbook of all the events and all the memorable moments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's
cool though.
So overall, very cool experience, and I'm ready to do it again. So
I think it's awesome, and I'm just like, my co-host met Wayne Newton and Jim Gaffigan, so it sounds like it was a really good time, and you killed it. So I think that's most important.
Thanks, man. Elijah calls me yesterday. He's like, how'd it go? And he had an event in Phoenix, and from what I hear,
with the ONDIEM,
he did fantastic, and it was the best launch party yet. So I'm like, that's tough to beat. Chicago was nice, you know what I mean? And,
it was awesome.
So anyway, so I God bless everybody. Everybody stay safe and healthy, and keep doing it. And same thing. You're putting smiles on people's faces. That's all I want to do. If I can.
Right.
And I was talking to a couple people. I go, look, if I can help you forget about whatever nonsense is stressing you out for an hour, then that makes me feel good that I'm able to do that for you. And they're like, damn, bro. I go, yeah. So there's a motivation why you do stuff. I'm not trying to be rich and famous. If that happens, great. But if not, I still get pleasure out of making people laugh. If that makes sense,
Yeah. I'm in the same boat, and that's why we do this.
Yep. So hopefully this wasn't super funny, but it was still a cool story.
I really liked hearing about your experience, because I'm a big fan. I like Jim Gaffigan. In when he was in Super Troopers, it was hilarious. So
I gotta look that up again.
Yeah, he got pulled over by the cops, and that's when they were saying meow 10 times or whatever, and he goes, so Jim Gaffigan's character, he starts laughing, and he goes, I'm sorry, are you saying meow? And he goes, do I look like a kitty to you, lapping up milk out of a saucer? And he goes, oh, no sir, and he got serious, and then he goes meow again when he's talking, and he's like looking at him like, you just said it again.
Yeah, I totally heard it.
But he couldn't laugh because the cop was chewing him out. It's hilarious. But
I don't know if this was a commercial. I gotta find it, right? If this was a commercial or part of a TV show or whatever. But it was Jim Gaffigan in some cut-off shorts with some damn roller skates, right? And I don't know if he had a cut-off T-shirt or if it was tied to knot. I don't know. I don't remember the whole outfit. But I know he had.
I kind of remember this.
I know he had on Daisy Dukes and roller skates, and I was howling because that's a crazy look. You know what I mean? But it takes a certain level of confidence of not caring what other people think.
Right.
Because that's funny.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. That's hilarious to me.
Yeah.
And if you don't laugh at that, then there's something wrong with you.
He did the beard comb over too. I think that was him. He had a beard, and he combed it all the way over the top of his head. That's a commercial, I'm thinking.
And somebody commented, it says, please tell me that he's as nice in real life as he appears on stage. I'm like, he was super cool.
Yeah,
super
that's
cool.
Awesome.
We'll take a picture. Yeah, let's just. There was trays of like used, of plates or whatever on this side, and the guy goes, "Let's go stand, next somewhere else where there's just a blank wall, and so he seemed like a cool dude. I mean, I wasn't asking him for $20 or anything, but you know what I mean. It's just, hey man, James, can I call you James? For me? Can I borrow $20? No, I don't know, dude. It was just a really really cool experience, man. But all right, enough of that.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Back to real life,
Yeah. I don't have much to talk about because I didn't go to Vegas and meet all these awesome people. But I woke up one morning and my jaw is popping like crazy. Oh, man. It takes a little bit. Like I have to open it, close it a few times, and then it kind of goes back to normal. But it just started happening all of a sudden. And I'm like, it's weird because you have patients coming in asking about these same things, like... And here I am. And I know what's causing it, like that sleep? Disc. Well, I have a night guard, but I don't know. Maybe I need to get a new one or something. I don't know. But I know the disc is like popping out of place, and that's what's causing it. Like it hurts, but then what do you do about it, It doesn't hurt. It's just right in my ear. Yeah, I know.
Ooh, that makes my face hurt just thinking about it, dude.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I'm trying to think if anything cool's happened lately. Nope, not really.
I think I had enough cool stuff happen for several
for the
people.
Both of
us.
You
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just anyway, but we still have the festival coming up in July. So
yep.
We're gonna be pretty busy though. I'm gonna be way busier than you. So
you think? Probably.
It'll probably be you and Becky hanging out and.
Because you gotta do the vendors and stuff.
Yeah. But that's okay.
Yeah.
That's what
I gotta get my presentation polished up because I'm going for an hour about public health dentistry. So, and I already have a presentation that I've given at other events and stuff. So I'm gonna add stuff to it, make sure it's
modernize it a little
an hour and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm finishing up my my Dentistry's Got Talent. Thing, and I was talking to two people, Crystal and Dr. Joe from DevDent, and she goes, I'm excited to see you. I've only seen you do 10 minutes at Dentistry's Got Talent. I'm like, and that wasn't even right. It was funny, but it wasn't a stand-up show. I go, but this one is going to be based on Airway, and that's what they do,
Yeah.
And I told them the premise, which I'm not going to release to the public, and they were like, dude, looking forward to it because that sounds pretty awesome. So I gotta finish writing that and get ready and rehearse it a little bit. But man, so life is good. It's busy as shit, but good. It's better than being bored. You know what I mean?
Yes. I hear you.
Last words. You ready to wrap it up? Get our Sunday started.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up. Last words. Good job, Carlos.
Unnecessary, but thank you. I had an absolute blast, and if you need some, and then I was telling somebody about our CE. Don't ask me who it was, and but so and everyone that would ask about the podcast, I was telling them, so we should see a little bump in numbers, so
downloads.
So we'll see,
Cool. Sounds good.
All right, man.
Yeah. Until next time, huh?
Until next time. All right. Whatever. So this was episode 178, you said, right?
178. Yep. Go check out our social medias, all of the aboves, and you can find it on offyourflosser.com. Email us, offyourflosser@gmail.com. Call us 256-743-5677 or 74-FLOSS.
Yeah. There you go. All right, guys. On that note, have a great weekend. Have a great week, and go floss yourselves.
Thanks for listening. Yeah, and go floss yourselves.
Peace.